was pretty heavy. It's like total destruction right now. I'm not sure if you can see my face or whatever. Not that I feel that comfortable showing it with all the damage and stuff. And the second that they knew I set up my photos and things and started to come on here, now my head started to get a severe headache, so, and my throat. I'm really not interested in convincing anyone. This is exactly what it is, and they will come to you too. Like, this is what it is, right? So, yeah, last night was seriously heavy, and I had done so much work and found out a lot more information that I need to speak about, like, right now. This is my son's life, but not just that. This is, like, way beyond any level you could possibly imagine. Like I said, I found out more, and that's what I'm going to talk about. These people want my consciousness, okay? So, yeah, really don't care about the tinfoil hat stuff. I'm going to get this done because I don't know how much longer I've got. And if they can obtain that, they have access to all my creations. In other words, whatever you've created outside of here, like in other realms, other worlds, whatever, they will have access to that. Now, I have created other things, and what's even worse is found out, I can't even believe what I'm about to say, but somebody's out there posing as me, like literally, and I started to wonder, okay, so I know it was Sarah, this person that was connected to me. I'm going to go through that as well because I found out more information about that. So I have nothing else to do, right? But besides research this, and all these pieces keep coming, and that's how this works. You know, your higher being will give you more pieces and more pieces of puzzles. There's a lot of inception where they're trying to pop things in that aren't real. They're easier to pick when you train. So yeah, just things to look out for. Cannot believe this. I started to wonder if it was because she wanted to be in my skin out there and do this. Because people need to understand this isn't what we are here, right? So I'm not going to be buying into any of their programming, where they will all sit back and talk about jealousy and things like that. There is no jealousy, right? In some realms, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, we all love each other, respect each other's creations, and have reverence for it and love for it. They're purposely attacking my throat so that my frequency doesn't come through, and not just that, I found out they're holding my higher being down. I'm having trouble now bringing my full essence into my body, and they're not allowing that to happen. So they've attached this piece of shit to my consciousness, and that is giving her a certain level of control. Now, they've had absolutely no right to do this. This violates universal law, and that is why what's coming next is going to happen to them. And I warned them about 4 or 5 years ago that if they did keep pursuing this and pushing this, things were going to get really nasty and to back off. And they didn't. They took that as a threat instead of a friendly, loving warning that, I respect all creators and I didn't want this to come to this. I didn't want this to happen. So I'm not able to show my frequency, and there's a lot of cloud cover every single night, and this isn't normal. This is not normal. Like, I've been on this planet for 48 years now, so after that amount of time, you do pick up a lot. You know what I'm saying? You get wiser. You don't get stupider, hopefully. So, yeah, 48 years, I kind of know what's what. Yeah, I started to wonder if she wants to be me in my skin, or if she's actually out there representing me in a really bad way. And that's now what I'm starting to think. So they're not letting my higher being, for some reason, she is trapped somehow. I am trapped. I keep saying it's outside of myself. It's not. That's just the wording. Yeah, I mean, this is really heavy, and people don't understand. I'm literally on my deathbed now. It's
It's just
so much. And you know what? I don't even care to sit here and for people to think that I'm crazy. Couldn't give a shit. This is my son. This is my baby. And this is her. You know, in the end. And I'm gonna represent for both of them because you know what? They never did anything to deserve this. Except for be them. So unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll talk about the attachment the night that happened. Obviously, I was in bed. I don't know if I've brought this up before, but I'll speak about it again. I was in bed and I heard Paul in the house, the two-story house in Brown Street, Northfield. Those people were obviously in connection with him, and he was in the house, and all of a sudden he started defending me. This person was obsessed, okay? And once again, there's no jealousy or anything. This is what it is. Like, I'm a 48-year-old woman. You know, why the hell would I sit here and try and do that? He was also obsessed with my son. So he's in the house, and he's saying, no, Lammy wouldn't do that. I still don't know what this is about, but I also heard him being shown some pictures, and he's saying, Lammy wouldn't do that. I know Lammy wouldn't do that. And this person, who I think might be claiming, like, the name of Paul as well. He may be named Paul, I don't know, but there are two Pauls. He's saying to him, look, she did, you need to know she did. And whatever it is, it's absolute bullshit. These people have been running this stuff for so long. And I couldn't give a shit. My words sitting here saying that is not important. The truth is the truth. And if you're going to see it, you're going to see it. So that night, when I heard him defending me, and I heard someone pull out a gun because his girlfriend was calling out for him to put it away and all this kind of stuff. For some reason, I was sort of shocked, and I just thought, no, don't defend me. Like, I started thinking, I thought someone was going to get hurt, and that's all that crossed my mind. And boom, Paul was in, as in psychic connection, telepathic connection, whatever you want to call it. His voice came straight in, and he said, I'm in her head. I know what she's doing. She's laying in bed, blah, blah, blah. Started saying all this stuff. And someone said to him, try and hurt her. And I felt my stomach start to move. And then that was shut down immediately. I was like, no. So I don't know if I did that, my higher aspect did that, or whatever. But he wasn't able to do that anymore until now. So that's how the conscious connection came about with Paul. That was Paul Ostrauskas. I still don't know what's happened to him, where he is, or any of that, if he's still involved in this. I've seen him a couple of times pop up throughout the interim, but this other Paul is the one that is driving this. Now, then Nigel came into my life and kind of like came in. There was bits and pieces that I picked up from that are invaluable. This is when I found out one of those police officers that was in the house during the home invasion was involved, and sort of pieced the face together. So much. I can't even believe the information that I picked up through this. But when Sarah was connected, this is the big problem. This is the really big concern, because this is insidious, and this is connected to AI. I'm sorry, but it just is. And if anyone is aware of what's been happening on the planet, there was supposed to be an ascension. People were supposed to start coming into telepathy and their gifts and things like that. They knew about this, and they were on it immediately. So they incepted that process. And with AI, I'm afraid. Now, once Nigel left, it was literally a few nights after, laying in the lounge. I slept there was actually a whole week I slept in the lounge to be aware of what was going on out the front. You know, I thought I was going to get run up on again. So I laid in the lounge, ready to go to sleep, and that's probably the biggest full-on experience I had. Like, these people were heavies, right? Real spiritual heavies. They came in loud and clear. these things, I will pick up more. So I've looked back a little bit further to read the other part of that conversation because it was sort of foggy before that, where they said we need some of this girl's energy to do this. How are we going to connect these two together? As I've gone over and over that, I've been able to hear what he said before that, and really, really fucking scary. So what was said was Paul wants to level someone up in the other realm with this girl's energy. So this is where we're at now, okay? Realms. Now, I do believe that this Sarah character, who is insidious and will take out anyone in their path. Do not get me wrong. I think she's posing as some sort of angelic light worker type because that's what they do. They will hide there. And she's got help from some serious major heavies here, like major. And I can't mention any names because I don't know for sure, but we're talking AI, okay? And all you need to do is look into her eyes to see that. She has been siphoning everything from me. Everything. I'm an empath. Deep emotions, right? Deep emotional well that I have hold within me. That's exactly why what they wanted it for was to learn all of that from me. So, piecing all this together, I hadn't sort of figured out why I keep hearing, oh, Sarah needs to feel this. They're trying to make me go through these myriads of emotions so that she can code that frequency, my frequency. You know, this is why they're holding me down and they won't let me come into my being. I'm hardly even present now. Hardly even. I can sit here and talk because when you're strong, right? You'll keep going, you'll keep fighting. But, yeah. Okay. If anyone can see how much stuff is going on here right now, it's crazy. I try singing to clear that, and straight away they're constricting it. They won't even let me sing to kind of clear my own frequency because this bitch is walking around with my frequency. Really scary, all right? Really fucking scary. It's okay. Yeah, let me talk. That's why I've written a few points because I know this is going to happen. So even when I go to sleep, whenever I'm dropping out of my body, or like dropping my body and coming out, which is what happen every night, it happens. Somebody's taking me out. Paul is taking me out. Either I get shot in the head, my head gets crushed. They've even let Sarah take me out a few times as soon as I try and drop my body because they're in that realm. This person is probably calling themselves Lammy, I think. And I have no idea what the fuck she's doing there. I have no idea. But this is really dangerous stuff. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with what has happened here, but a realm has been infected. Badly infected. And they want to get out to spread that elsewhere. And this is run by pedophiles as well. These people are talking about child abuse. There's a major energetic charge that they get from child abuse. And also youth. So just look around, you know, look very closely at certain people, particularly in the spotlight, who just don't seem right, okay? They don't seem like they have normal lives, normal families, like they're normal people even. And yeah, really, really strange stuff. So yeah, the emotions, this is what she's done. This is what she's done over the past 5 years, is basically coded all my emotions. And if serious, like, child trafficking situation. You don't know how many guns I've had at my head, alright? And the only reason that I survived this long is because I was attractive in the beginning and they wanted to watch me. And once again, I have to say this, alright? Please don't attach anything to it, because I am not the only one. There are people with daughters out there, there are people with wives out there who would get this, alright? This is what it is. And I'm going to say it now, because they will still take me out. And this is... People are going to think I have mental health issues or whatever. It's not going to be till I'm dead and buried that other people will start, like, having to deal with this. So this is me doing this for them now. Yeah, they want to take everything, every part of me, and that's what they can do when they have access to your consciousness, because your consciousness is not just you on this, not just me, like here, it's everywhere. Everything I've ever created out there. It's somebody's very essence, and I can't think of any worse violation. And but it's not just that, it's not how it affects me. I'm actually really concerned with what they're doing with it, and what they intend to do with it. So they want to, and I quote, debilitate me, so that when I do get killed, my conscious can't leave my body properly, and they can trap me, because I won't be functioning correctly. I won't be able to get into my heart and get out like I need to. So there's also been this person, Nadine, who was friends with my little friend Sarah that I had for like 7 years, and there's pictures of me and her on Facebook and stuff, and she has been trying to get me to commit suicide. She's been running a massive betting thing to get me to commit suicide, and not just that, she's also running this dark shit, and she's involved with certain people on YouTube that are also involved in targeting me, my throat, and everything like that. And I know who a couple of these people are, right? And I sat there today and checked out one of these bitches that I suspected, because everyone I've been following and watching over these past years, they've been watching as well. And immediately I've been watching the change in them as soon as, and I even hear. If you're wondering why I hear, when I was connected to Paul and then Sarah, I've been, so if you can imagine, I'm here, Sarah has been connected to me, and then that has spread out, so they're connecting to other people through me. So I have direct access to everything she is doing and saying, because I'm here, right? She's behind me. So therefore, when I'm hearing her communicate telepathically with people, I'm hearing it. I'm not away from that, do you know what I mean? Because I'm the vessel that they're using to get through. It's an infection. Okay, have a quick breathe. I'll just have a quick look. Yeah, I watched this one of these YouTubers this morning, and I'm pretty intimidating, okay? I can fuck shit up when necessary, and why wouldn't you? I would never target anyone. I've never approached anyone. I would never attack anyone's kids. In fact, I would take a bullet for someone's child, as most parents would. So the fact that anyone would be involved in this and come towards this and even target me in a dark way, knowing what we've been through, what's happened to my son, what's happened to me, which is secondary, right? What's happened to Jet? He's a child. He's a little baby. He's a child. He's 13 now, but he was my baby. That's despicable. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. And, you know, you're going to meet me, alright? You'll fucking meet me when it comes to that. Even if I was looking on and it was someone else's child, I'm going to be in there. Alright? It's not happening. So, I watched her, and I'm hearing, you know, the whole in the ear stuff. And there's people out there who know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, started intimidating her and throwing her down energetically. Bitch pissed herself. Like, literally pissed herself. She's being directly involved in this targeting, and I do think they're trying to level her up as well. She's a different nationality. trying to get me to say her name. Like, and I know why that is. Because they want to level her up. They want me to say her name. And I'm not going to do that. People can put the pieces of the puzzle together. I have my YouTube channel is public. So all of my subscriptions are on there. I'm not saying everyone's like that. I'm just saying everything I've followed in the past, well, forever, like, 10 years or whatever I've been on YouTube, had YouTube. There are people I've been sort of keeping my eye on. There's people that have been amazing, like, with the information and the assistance that I've got from them. I don't worship anybody, and I don't believe anybody really, or trust anybody. That's how you got to be. But some people have really helped me through a dark spot and are doing good work. So yeah, it's unbelievable to me. So I sat there and intimidated the fuck out of this girl to see what would happen. And you should hear the comments that she come out with that made real sense, alright? So when Nigel was in my bedroom, I think I mentioned this, I'm laying on the bed and he's got my neck, well, not got my neck, going over my neck, and I immediately heard someone say, how perfect is this girl's neck? And then a girl come in and said something, and he was told to sit tight and someone is going to talk him through this. And he's worked his way, like with his hands, down my body. And I remember like saying, what are you doing? And he's sort of like, oh, shh, be quiet. And he gets to my stomach and I actually heard someone say, Paul wants to intercept this kid's birth. Okay. Paul wants to intercept this kid's birth. Now, interestingly enough, while I've been going through all of this, oh my god, I can't even swallow. While I've been going through all of this, that was my happy place. Alright, the place that I used to sit and console him and comfort him and send my son love. Because I know that does something. I know when you're energetically projecting love to your children, they're feeling it, their soul's feeling it. So I used to sit there a lot in that birthing room and remember that experience because it was the best experience of my life and I couldn't. That was my happy place. They all witnessed that experience and they were blown away by the level of emotion that I had and by what happened in the birthing room because I felt what I thought was Jet's soul like coming in. The room filled, right? The room filled with energy like nothing I've ever experienced in my entire life. And now I'm starting to question why that was. I'm going to be lucky to get this video done, and my phone's full, so it's going to be hard for me to post it. Like this is it now. Game on. Yeah, there's people saying that this girl has to die. This girl's a sacrifice, all this kind of stuff. Which is absolute bullshit. And if anyone wants to explain to me how anything good can come of complete destruction of a mother and a child, torture, child abuse. If anyone wants to explain to me what kind of anything good can come of that, I would really like to hear because I don't even know how twisted that is. I'm sorry. You're never going to convince anybody of that. I'm sorry, you're just not. And this is an infection, a virus. Quite often, when these things go down, as you know, with any events in history where you've seen people, they will be leveled up massively, because that's where they have to be to hide. All right. So there's a lot of people putting money into this, pushing this, spiritually, they will understand that I am not lying when I say this is a big event and that they've had their eyes on the prize for a very long time. My eyes were, I believe, weaponized in some way. That's how this was getting out and being transferred, even through television. So when I would sit there and watch YouTube and things like that, I would hear immediately Paul or Sarah communicating with these people, and I would see their reactions straight away, and sometimes even hear their responses. I'm a very powerful telepath, so I can sort of sit next to someone or talk to someone and I can hear communications going on. Like, that's just the way it is. Yeah, the whole mental health thing is very interesting, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out why that is. I'm going to post photos of a lot of these houses because I think obviously they're being blocked by people being paid a lot of money, right? A lot of money. And not just that, we've got serious heavies here involved. And the only reason they've been able to do this is because they have that support. And not just that, they needed more than that, right? Because if everybody was questioning and standing up, they still wouldn't have a leg to stand on. We're more powerful than they are. Way more powerful. So they've used us. And me. But they've used the masses to do this. So please understand that I am not, in any way doing this for any other reason. And I don't want everything's been taken from me. No one can give back what's been gone. And I think they're running a narrative now that I'm going to be homeless soon and I'm trying to get some sort of support. And if you want to read me very clearly, which you probably can't because I've got this going on, there's brief moments throughout the day where I can pull myself back in, but this is very serious stuff. And I don't want anything from anybody. I've never taken anything from anybody, actually. I've always given my entire life and ended up with nothing, to be honest. So the reason I'm going to be homeless soon is because they won't allow me to apply for another home. They're taking everything I have financially, which is nothing. I'm on a disability pension because I cannot work, which is crazy because I'm a designer. I'm also a dancer. There were a lot of areas I could have gone into. I used to be a co-owner and partner in a building business. Used to handle all administration. So there's plenty of stuff that I'm capable of. It's hard for me to be around people now because obviously everywhere I go, being targeted energetically. It would also be very hard for me to sit there and live with people talking about my son and me, without getting extremely angry. Plus, no one's going to hire me. I've been branded a mutt. No one's going to hire me. I'm just going to check that my computer's still running. Okay. So there's that. Every house I look at and apply for vanishes very quickly. Even ones that have been sitting there for a long time. As soon as I apply for it, it's gone. And I can hear her saying, if anyone wants this, to take it. So they're just taking everything out from under me. Now, I'm going to put a picture up of the house, that they were positioned in Parry Hills when this all began. When I found out Paul had molested Jet, and Sarah was attached to him at the time. He was running around the streets with her. She's a meth addict and street prostitute. So she was working the streets around there. She was jumping in and out of cars and things like that. Really yuck. They were in a caravan at the end of my street. And don't ever need to say that on YouTube. It's pretty gross stuff that they were doing. So I'll put a picture up of that house in the hopes that someone can see her for what she is, because I think this person's had a lot of plastic surgery and also has the leveling up stuff going on. I don't know how many of these there are as well. So people will have to put the pieces together, because there's also another short blonde girl that was in the injectionist's office when I was trying to take some of my power back, because as you can see I've completely been targeted 100% level. And there's people who've lost their lives in the Street, places like that have been through exactly the same thing. So this is not bullshit. Yeah, this blonde girl, small. I think her name's Sarah too, because she walked into the place. I was looking at my phone, and she whispered to the girl when they said, "Under what name, please?" Sarah, whispered. I didn't pick any of this up until later when I kind of looked back on that event. Well, I did. I'm sitting there, but I don't really pay attention to what's kind of going on around me until after. She sits next to me, like so softly and quietly, as if to not get me to even look, and I didn't. Felt no frequency at all coming from her, and that's actually one thing I found really unusual, because generally when you start talking to someone, you can feel energy, absolutely nothing, zero, and that's one thing that bothered me for a long time. Now I find that very common, actually, with a lot of people I talk to, sadly. I think that's soul energy that is missing. So she sat next to me, and obviously, I don't know if she paid the injectionist, but what that woman did is reprehensible. Sorry, absolutely reprehensible. She's injected, I basically had lost a lot of depletion from people staring at me and my face dropping, and they also pull on your face. And the biggest thing is focus, and I will hear them call out for everybody to focus in on you. People who've been through this 100% know what I'm saying. My head's just about to freaking explode right now. It's so painful. They will all focus in on you. And what does that do? If you know about the Doppler effect and things like that, it stifles people immediately. You curl up, your energy shrinks, and it can't move and expand. And I don't even know how to put it. When I'm sleeping, very, very much so. I made a sleep mask because as soon as you lay in bed, that's what they want to do, is focus in on you. Everybody focuses in on you. So your face really tightens up and screws up, and then they also energetically pull on your eyes. You can see it in me. I mean, you can obviously see it in me. The eyes pull on your eyes, tense your muscles. And this woman in the injection office even showed me a picture of all the muscles, and I'm hearing straight away somebody telepathically communicating with her. So they know every muscle to mess with. My neck has been shit. Tough that. These muscles here are fully. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but we can't. There's muscles here. Oh, that are like strings. I feel like strings coming here, and they have fully protruded from my neck. I find it hard to keep my head in the position that it needs to be. My spine is absolutely messed up. At the top, it's curved in like that to my throat, which is causing a great deal of pain. Great deal of pain. But yeah, that's excruciating, actually. So this woman, this is all really not that important. It just might be pieces of the puzzle for people. This is important, okay? This was important, and see, I'm better off just focusing on this, because once I get to that, I just lose it and I have to stop the video. This woman has injected in every area that wasn't deficit, that was actually protruding. So she's injected right up here near my eye, and basically I just wanted to take some of my power back, and why shouldn't I want that? While all this was happening, amongst many other things, that I was doing, but anyway, there's something I decided to do. All up through here, this is for anyone's daughters, anyone's wives, sisters, if you're out there and you've got a woman in your family, and all up here towards my eye, and you can clearly see it, it's so obviously visible, and if I had the money to sue them, I would, but they've made sure I haven't got the money to move and do anything, and once again, that is not me asking anybody for nothing. I've never asked anybody for anything, for any help, and it's got to the point where I've had to reject everything completely, and that's what they want. They want me to not even call back what they've taken from me because they keep calling me selfish. Look, she wants, these people are just insidious. All up here, and she's actually injected instead of, she's actually injected in my mouth so that it's dropping. So, that's a minor added piece of the puzzle. This person I also, when I came out of the injectionist office, she went in. While I was in there being injected, she was laughing her ass off out in the waiting room, giggling and laughing her ass off. And the woman was sort of laughing and looking at me and going, do you want me to sing to you? Because there's a lot of noise out there. And the woman actually said to me before she started the injections, as a joke, she said, okay, now I'm going to stab you in the face. Now, I trusted this person. Not only that, I paid her, but I trusted her with my face. If that was my daughter, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. Leanne's just going to sit here and tell this because people should know. She's gone in after, and she said to this woman, oh my God, they're laughing, and then she says, do you want to put some pictures up? And the woman says to her, I can't by law, I'm sorry. But they continue to laugh and carry on. So that's another scenario, and I do believe she's connected to Nigel. I think I saw him at the circus. I went to a circus once with my sister, an acrobatic circus, and it was really cool. But obviously I was in heavy trauma and everything. This was early on, and didn't even recognise them then. All these pieces come in, right? It was her. It was her and him. They had box seat or, the expensive sort of seats at the front, where you have lounge chairs and stuff like that. And there was also a celebrity there, and I don't think I need to say his name because I'm not going to include anybody in this. So there was a celebrity there in the audience, and of course she's looking, and she's one of these people that are just grubs. And she's sort of looking, and then at intermission everybody goes out, and me and my sister went out, and this celebrity was approached by someone who said, that girl over there would like a picture with you. And he refused. He said, look, I'm just here with my family, can I be left alone, sort of thing. It was her. This is someone who's into notoriety. You know what I mean? So that wasn't enough. She's come back again, a second time, and probably offered money or something. And this person just wanted to be left alone. They can't go out like a normal person and see some circus. So that's the times that I've seen her, and also I do think she was the one in the black hatchback at the front of my house that day, and possibly involved in the houses these people have been purchasing with this money. So I don't even know how long I've been talking. I really have to stop and clear my throat and gather myself. But it is with much love that I'm doing this. Absolutely much love that I'm trying to get this out now before things get too heavy. Alright? My son's deserve that, and the child